Well, hello, beautiful people. I am Lady Calamere. I welcome you to my channel. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing my 394th presentation, and it will be on the Loa, Ayida Wedo, a female Loa. Some may refer to her as a goddess. So, Loa, feminine divine. So before I go on, I just want to clear the air. If you ever get contacted by me saying I'm going to I'll do a spell for you, or I'll do a reading for you, or an oracle, or whatever. Oh, I feel that you're suffering. It's not me. It's a scam. Okay, I will never do that. I don't even have a Patreon account yet, so it's not me. Anyways, oh, Ayida Wedo. Now, the last little while I talked about was Dambala. And I bring him up because Ayida, and depending on the lineage, will be his wife, sister, or sister. So Ayida is the rainbow. So you've heard the book and you heard about the movie, The Serpent and the Rainbow. What do you think the titles mean? The serpent is Dambala. Ayida is a rainbow. So she's the rainbow. Yes, she is a serpent too. She's the rainbow serpent. So we see Dambala here, right? The great white. And this rainbow serpent is Aida. And they are coming together. And you see the egg. They are creating the egg of creation. Now these cards, I got to give credit where credit is due. This card is from the Voodoo Tarot Spirit Box by Fabio Lestrani. Look at this beautiful deck. You definitely may want to get this one. And this beautiful card. And I met her many times. I went to her store. The New Orleans Voodoo Tarot by Louise Martinet and Sally Ann Glassman. Sally Ann Glassman does all the artwork on this. Look at this beautiful card. She has her shop in New Orleans called the Isle of Salvation. Check her out. She's a wonderful person. She's a very wonderful lady to talk to. And she is an actual Mambo. So I got little boo here. Ayida Wedo colors are white and like azure blue, like a light blue, a baby blue. So also she's also associated with the rainbow. So it's not wrong to use an imagery of a rainbow with her. Now, here's the thing about her that you need to know. When you call on her, she's usually, not all the time, but usually Dambala will follow. So pretty much a lot of the same rules. If you smell like a pig and you're filthy, or you have a pox on you or bleeding, you may not want to call on her in case she brings Dambala. Because if she brings Dambala, Dambala is not going to want anything to do with you. And you got to understand, Aida and Dambala are very close. So if you insult Dambala, Aida is not going to be pleased. If you insult Aida, Dambala won't be pleased. So they're very close. Aida is the feminine, while Dambala, excuse me, is the masculine. And sometimes some traditions may see them as like one divine being. I mean, that's a stretch, but I've heard it. So I don't know how true that is. So like when you see Baphomet, the male and female together, or when Shiva Shakti is together as one, sort of that way. Ayida, okay, so Ayi, the Ayi means dealing with the earth. Da means life, so she is the life of the earth, or, or, or the giver of life on the earth. Aida, uh, she, how can I put this? Aida, it says that Dambala is older than her, and this is the story that I learned, is that after Bondi, or in Haiti, or in like Africa, Mawu Lisa, depending on your lineage, Mawu and Lisa are the divine, like divine being of male and female together, and they out of Dambala is created by them, and then Dambala creates Aida. So that's one of the stories. What is it, baby? And all of a sudden, you want all this attention. You didn't want attention before. So Aida is they create Dambala and Aida together create all possibilities and all potentials. They create the out of the mouth of Dambala, or together they create the cosmic egg containing all of like the life's energies, sort of like the Big Bang comes from them. Aida helps with marriages. She helps with commitment. She brings satisfaction, contentment. She brings her blessings of hope. She brings harmony, peace, and happiness. She also is invoked for prosperity and wealth and success. Aida is not about the wealth of greed, the wealth of what will you do with this wealth? Is it all about you? You may not want to call Aida. It could be something that was due to you to be called and get it. But also, what will you do? What will you do for the environment? Will you at least maybe have a garden, grow some flowers, help animals in your yard? Maybe feed birds, get a bird feeder, get some bird seed. Just do something constructive with that money. That's what Ayida will give you the prosperity for, to help, maybe adopt an animal or help your community with it or your family. So that's the prosperity that she will give to you. So we got little Boo here, aka Lady Boss, covering the cards because she apparently thinks the presentation is about her and not about Ayida Wedo. So she deals with water. So her element is that of water. Her trees is the Mapau tree, Mapou tree, the silk cotton, the Ceiba, Ceiba. It's also known as a kapok tree. Ayida is not. Let me read a little bit of this card. Oh, let me get this. So, because I have to get my thoughts together. It's just been a screwy few days. But, so I'm just going to go on to what she likes to eat while I find her card. So she loves fresh water, fresh, clean water. She likes Eggs, white eggs. And same thing, white egg on top of white flour. Some people like to make a rainbow on it, or you could color a rainbow on it. I don't think I'm going to be finding this anytime soon, so I'll just go on milk, cream, whipped cream, clotted cream. She likes uh, sweet white desserts, so think about meringue, uh, white cookies, white candies, or light blue candies. I should have gotten this set up before I started this presentation. I didn't even think of that. But she likes the coffee that she likes is sweetened cafe au lait. That's like, okay, so that's 50% coffee and 50% milk, but it has to be sweetened. And she also sometimes even likes it even more dilute, the way I like my coffee. I know you're going to laugh at me and say, well, enjoy your coffee flavored milk. I guess that's what it is, but that's the way my stomach is, so I don't want to get sick. So it's basically I do 1 part coffee to 4 to 5 parts milk, and I sweeten it. So definitely use some sugar. I use stevia in mine, but you want to use sugar, like white sugar in hers. So she likes again white sugar, heavy cream, white rice, cooked white rice. I can't find this for the life of me. I'm sorry. I don't even know where it is. I think I could find it this way. If I looked in the directory here, the contents. uh, it's been one of those days. Okay, Ayida Wedo 95. Uh, she would like those ladyfinger cookies because they're like very like sweet and white. Any white dessert is good for her. I'm trying to think what else while I'm finding this. She likes images of rainbow, so rainbow looking desserts is pretty cool. Uh, any fruit or berries that are white, that are edible berries. Just trying to think what type of white berries would there be? I think I overspoke, but like something that would be considered white. And also you want to make sure that the things you give her is not dirty, and you want to make sure that you at least wash, when you do a ritual to her, make sure that you're clean. So I'll read a little bit from this book, The New Orleans Voodoo Tarot. Ayida Wedo is a rainbow, the feathered sky serpent. The rainbow is the bridge between the heavens and the earth. Yes, it's sort of like the rainbow bridge, the Bifrost in Norse mythology. A road the great invisibles may walk. Here, water is a creative force. The card depicts a snake dancer who, through the dance, has joined with the serpent in such a deep manner that one is almost indistinguishable from the other. The dancer has formed an ecstatic union with the snake. The ability to exert pressure is an attribute of the serpent. This constricting force can be used as a means of contact or communication. It allows for profound physical, psychological, and spiritual joy. In conversation with Muslima Moonpaki 1990, this pressure, not to the neck, is a key to use the snakes in certain voodoo trances. Let's see. Okay, so divination. I'm gonna skip the contemplation. Go to the divination. This card points to the pleasure and happiness. The influence is that of the Great Mother, who creates freely through subtle pressures of the waters. So Aida can help you with the flow of art and creation. I mean, she is art itself. The colors. The, those who want inspiration to create beautiful things, maybe creating a beautiful home, a beautiful environment, a peaceful environment. Because she's pretty much like Dambala, and she wants peace. She really does. And now I'll read a little bit from this card. This comes from again by the Voodoo Tarot Spirit Box by Fabio Listrani. So this is card the world. Gotta find the card, the world, the world. Okay. The world is the final major arcanum in the deck, signifying completion, total fulfillment, and the achievement of a cycle or significant project. This card embodies harmony, achieving balance, success, and fulfillment of one's goals. So yes, uh, Dambala and Ayida together signifies uh, like balance, and it can also represent completion. To begin something, to nurture, and to complete everything. It also signifies the integration of various aspects of life and viewing one's journey from a broader, more spiritual perspective, characterized by a slow, steady, yet determined evolution towards success. Associate with the Arcanum are Dambala, Wedo, and Ayida, the two sacred and primordial serpents of life, representing respectively the masculine, the white serpent, and the feminine, the rainbow serpent energies. They are considered the genesis of all existence, coiling around the world, symbolized by an egg on the verge of hatching, an eternal and balanced alchemical dance. So together, they bring creation, they bring life, they bring thing on manifestation, and together, joined together, it's like turning your ideas into reality. Synchronized in figures like the Madonna, definitely for Aida, St. Patrick for Dambala, or Moses, with the staff is for Dambala. They are revered both in Dahomey and in Haitian voodoo, symbolizing totality and completeness, and by embodying life and death, darkness and light, yin and yang, man and woman. Therefore, they are often called upon for protection, for healing, and to enhance fertility, prosperity, and success. Very much so. Healing is another thing. But also, what Ida does is bring beauty. She's about beautifying the environment, beautifying your energies, beautifying you, beautifying the place that you live, or you're even the right around your house to beautify yourself, but also call upon the beautifying of the world because we need more beauty in this world. We need to get rid of a lot of this ugliness. This typically signifies positive outcomes and promising prospects, indicating the achievement of a phase of fulfillment and success after a long journey of growth and maturation. This marks the completion of a cycle and prepares for a fresh start. It may also highlight challenges related to a difficult departure where premature realization is required before action, and time constraints risk preventing necessary conclusions. Now, she is also very primordial. She's ancient beyond ancient. Don't just call her just for a trivial matter. So, I just because you want to see if she actually works. There are other spirits that you can use like that. Because some spirits will be more than happy to do it. Excuse me. Sorry, Ada. But with her, this is very ancient, old, powerful energy. Okay. She protects creation on a very cosmic level. Together with Dambala and Ayida can symbolize you having a happy marriage, a fruitful marriage. Because she's definitely about fertility of the world and of people. Yep, boo, what? You want to play? You want to play? She helps those who follow her with guidance and to overcome obstacles and remove blockages, to do road openings. She can help things end peacefully if they have to come to an end. Some relationships, sometimes you have to separate yourself. Maybe you have a toxic family member, and she's more like, instead of getting revenge, to basically, I love you, you're my father or my mother, thank you for giving birth to me, whatever, but I can't be around you. I really hope that you get the help that you need. And, maybe to direct them to the help they need. Maybe they need to go to a facility or something. Maybe they need to get their mind, you know, straight. Okay. Maybe they need a psychiatric facility or something, or they may need to get on medication or rehab, something. And then maybe when it's time to reunite. But she's about, if this relationship, whatever, is going to create havoc in you, havoc in your life, and bring you to a toxic mindset, to depart and go away. Because she can be called to really help someone. You know, so maybe they're addicted to substances or alcohol. And once they get their mind straight, they can be the person that you can have in your life. But until then, and if not, to basically move on with your life. So she's about dissolving these negativities to overcome these things. She's also about reuniting people when it's time. So she helps one to navigate in their life's maturity and transitions, to transition into another phase. She governs the powers of the rain, water, the breeze, and the wind. She also deals with the power of storms. So she forms a bridge between the physical manifested world to the spiritual world, from the human to the divine and the other loa. Okay? So she connects heaven and earth together, the sky and the earth. So she can help you with all types of creativity. She is very wise. She can give you very good guidance and help you on with your evolution, the evolution of the earth, the evolution of life, the evolution of body, mind, and spirit. So she goes by different spelling depending on where it's from because of she could be called Don, Ayida Wedo, Ayida Wedo, Ayida Kiddo, Ido Kiddo, sorry, Ido, Ayida and Ido Wedo, Ida Wedo, Aida Wedo, 2 words, and then the other one is Aido The other one is Idol, and I'm probably messing it up when I say quick Kiddo, Aidoquedo. Then the other one is 3 words, DanaYidahwedo. So each one is different. Uh, it depends of like the dialect of the U people, the Fawn people. So it's also of the from Dahomey is where voodoo in Africa and the Congo and Haiti. So of course you got New Orleans voodoo. So another thing that she likes, going back to your offerings, is white chickens. And I believe it's the same way with Dambala. She is to show her what she's gonna get and then give it to her, behind closed doors, behind the curtain. Um, as Dambala doesn't like blood. Okay. Also, cotton is a good material for her. Cotton balls, cotton plant, the cotton cloth is really nice if you want to get her cotton. She likes beautiful things. She likes, she doesn't just want white, she wants some color there. So, even the rainbow flag is a good idea backdrop for her. Literally, the rainbow flag. So, the rainbow flag and white and baby blues or azure blues. Those are the colors you want to have on your altar. And again, dealing with the pythons and boas. And she's also deals with the welfare of these animals and snakes. So snakes are good for our environment, despite what Christian pastors have said that they are the devil. No, they are the wisdom. The snakes also represent the forgotten dead, the forgotten ancestors as well. Your forgotten ancestors. Sometimes now there's a thing where they making artists are making her the rainbow dragon. What? Huh? She was never a dragon. So that's just, I wouldn't represent her as a dragon. She was never a dragon or a dragon serpent. She is the serpent. So stick with the snake. Sometimes people will, artists have depict her as in the Ouroboros form. So that's like a snake biting its tail to dealing with infinity forever, create the cycles of creation, and just the way the snake sheds its skin and grows. So shall she help us to shed, like the bulb, to shed what is no longer fit for us. That when we grow, right, we have to have a bigger chair. We can't sit on our little kindergarten chairs as an adult. And when we're 30, we can't wear clothes that we wore when we were 8 years old. So it's like shedding the old. We no longer need that. We can donate it, get rid of it, whatever, and get new things that fit us. We need a bigger chair. We need We don't need our toy car to ride in. We need a real car. We need a new clothes, right? So that's what it's about. It's about letting go. And Dambala and Aida can help you with hoarding. If you got like, because I know some people with OCD, and this also helps. Some people have been abused, and everything was taken off. They start hoarding. Okay, and it's awful. It's also a condition of the mind, and you don't let anything go. I had to for about a year and a half. I rented from someone who I helped with the hoarding, and it just got worse. They were hoarding everything. They would have broken toys. They would have everything broken, and they wouldn't throw it away. They got a plastic bottle from a club, and it was crushed, but they didn't want to throw it away. They had receipts. He had receipts from like a year to 5 years old. I said, "Why do you need this receipt?" Oh, because I didn't record it yet. I didn't. I said, "You had a year to do it. You had. This is 5 years old. You don't need it. What is good about recording and taking pictures of it? Why? Why? It's no good anymore." And wouldn't let it go. Okay, and I'll tell you, it's awful. So Aida will teach you to let go, beautify your environment. And that means getting rid of things that no longer serve you, that no longer good for you, that no longer support your growth. You don't need old receipts. You don't need your lotto tickets from 10 years ago that you played. Okay? You don't need this broken thing anymore that no longer you can't even do anything with. To no longer need it and to get rid of it and to make room for beautiful things and new things, because you can't make room for new things if you have all this old trash. Is to let it go. Let it go. And to remember all this trash that you have, you're going to leave it for your descendants. And I think it's in Sweden where people start letting things go so they don't burden. I think it's Sweden or Switzerland where they don't burden their children with it, so they let it go. I think rainbow quartz is a beautiful one for her. Stones, angelite, as well as celestite, are beautiful colors for her. Any type of rainbow stones. Also, clear quartz and white quartz and selenite are wonderful, where Dambala represents the solar energies, so Aida will represent the lunar energies. So think about the moon for her and the sun for Dambala. So again, the yin and yang. Yang is the male, yin is the female. So she is often include is a jeweled crown or headdress on her head to represent royalty that she is. So together, Dambala and Ayida represents the divine duality, earth and sky, male and female, the spiritual and the physical. And like, I already covered that, where it says that Aida is to span the heavenly skies, while Dambala coils beneath the earth. I heard sometimes it's like sometimes the opposite. So it all depends on your lineage. Follow your lineage, okay? But there's sometimes a rainbow is actually touches. You'll see it. I mean, you can sometimes see it as a circle or touches the earth. Or now, also, the union is also expanded through another Loa, Urzuli Freda, or Izili Freda, Fueda, as she's also pronounced in Haiti. and that Freda considers Damballa as her husband. She wears one of the rings, 3 rings on her fingers. One represents Damballa. But Damballa's true love is Ayida, and Ayida's true love is Damballa. She represents, she brings love, friendship, and emotional stability. Also, not just peace in the outside, peace inside, peace within. She helps her worshippers with the flow of changes, with the flow of life. Instead of resisting change, to flow with it. She represents those flowing powers. So sometimes her images is seen a lot in the Drapo Voodoo, the ritual flags, and very beautiful beaded banners. And they're used in the ceremonies and religious processions. So she's really very important in voodoo, voodoo, however you want to pronounce it. VUDU VODOUVOO. And when you see VOODOO, that's New Orleans voodoo. Aida remembers reminds you to remember the your ancestors and all their colorful stories. Not just remember the ancestors, but also to remember their stories. It's not just remembering the names, the stories. Maybe the mischief they've done, maybe, the good or the funny things, to bring little color and life to these stories. Or to remember what they liked and did. Like maybe your mom made the best apple pie in your whole life. And you could talk about that. And that's dealing with the beauty of Aida, to remember the beauty and the fun and the coloring. To not only to remember, but to remember the colorful stories. Oh, I remember my brother, before he passed, and we were kids. We decorate the whole town. We decorate the whole neighborhood with toilet paper, or something like that to bring life into these memories and to remember the good times. She loves art. She really does. She loves the beauty of art, especially colorful art, very colorful images. She really does love it. So she represents the nature's rhythms and the life and all its interconnectedness, sort of like string theory. Everything is connected. Like Einstein's spooky coincidence. If he said if you had like a particle, say one is red and one is blue. This is red, this is blue, right? Say this particle was on the Earth and the other particle was on the moon. You switch this and turn it to blue, that one will switch and turn to red. If you switch the one on the moon to blue, then this will turn to red. And it's something that he called uh, spooky coincidence. Spooky, but it's dealing also with the string theory. I don't want to get into physics, but that's what she represents. She represents that one needs reverence for nature and the balance and cooperation. She reminds people to do this. How long have I? 40 minutes. Wow. So, Widow, I believe it's like, uh, oh, I'm trying to think. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. But this just shows I don't use notes or scripts. I don't write notes. What else can I? She helps women to conceive, to carry safely, and to give birth in a safe manner, to represent, to help with healthy children. So that's another one of her roles. So she's very important. She's Ayida Wedo deals with the, uh, as you can see, this is Congo, but also the Rada family. So just trying to think. She also says that she's a snake that has very almond shaped eyes that are very piercing, that glimmer with sentience, knowledge, and ancient wisdom. Aida has a very fluid grace about her. Her long body that is slender, that coils and uncoils, and she slithers along around the ground. And to her, when she moves, her scales like rustles and moves, which she does it with such grace too. She could do it with such grace, and she can also seems like to be her movements is both not only beautiful, graceful, seductive, but also dangerous. So she can her presence can be awe-inspiring, almost like from the awe, almost intimidating. Is she approachable? Yes, but remember the rules. Her she speaks in a low hissing, so she does give cryptic messages. So flowers should be white. When you think about white roses, white flowers, white candles, rainbow colored candles are good too, but they're generally white. Uh, some people also give her, go back to your offerings, peacock feathers are commonly used for her in rituals. So peacock feathers, because they're very beautiful. And some people can give her, you can think about giving her baby blue flowers, but generally like white flowers, like baby breaths, white lotuses. They're beautiful, but that's it's not traditional, but it's still beautiful. The white flowers, verbena flowers are beautiful. They smell very nice. Aida does like jewelry. And just trying to think, she likes cornmeal. Sorry, go back to your notes. Cornmeal is a good uh, thing to use. So, anyways, I think that's enough about Ayida. There's so much to learn about her. I hope if you ever heard of her, let me know. Have you ever worked with her? Is this the first time? And these are the back of the cards. Have you ever worked with her? Anyways, before I go, I just want to give you a note. Uh, our government in the United States have removed protections for ESA letters for your emotional support animals, but do not fret. Do not fret, my friends. Look up your state laws. If you have an emotional support animal, let's say you're in a no pet policy, but you got 3 cats. Look up your state laws. If your state backs them up, meaning the landlord cannot kick you out, they cannot charge you rent for the pets or charge pet deposits. I think pet rent is the biggest scam. I understand getting a little bit extra deposit, but that is a scam, and that is, to me, it's a scam. It's stupid, and I understand an extra deposit because sometimes pets can destroy things. So an extra deposit is reasonable, but pet rent. Oof. So the laws now protect only service animals, and service animals can only be dogs that are trained to do a certain thing or miniature horses. However, look up your state laws, and if your landlord gives you crap, you got to contact the state. But it's just wish that they didn't take federal protections off, and I think it's very vile, evil, and cruel. I know there are scams. You know what? You can make a scam out of anything, but you just don't get rid of it because there are people that need it. So do not fret. Okay, look up your state laws. Don't get ready to get rid of your fish, your snake, your bird. Okay, stay strong. Okay, we'll get through this together. All right. Remember, invite beauty into your life, invite color into your life, invite this because this is what Ayida is about. Okay, invite peace and harmony into your life. All right. So check out Bal Codman's channel and podcast. Check out Splintered Spirits. Look up Santa Paranormal on I know he's on TikTok and on YouTube. Check him out. I like his stuff. Check out JD Delay. I really love his stuff. And he's not talking about spiritual, but he's all about protecting uh, innocence and women and children from ugly predators. So I really like JD Delay. Keep pushing those videos out, brother. Keep pushing them out. I don't always 100% agree with him, but I agree with him with a lot of things, especially against predators. Oh, yeah. His channel is really good. Check out stuff by Behemoth X. So, anyways, thank you for watching. You are wonderful. And remember, I will never contact you about give me money. you know. Um anyways, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel because it helps my channel grow. Share my video with your friends and family. And as always, blessed be.